21 different countries. But what's the picture like for the rest of the manufacturers in the UK? Well, we've got Stephen here, who is from the EEF, which represents the manufacturers. Stephen, what's it like out there as a manufacturer at the moment?
Well, we've actually had a very strong year last year in terms of just about every metric that you can measure manufacturing by. And we've just conducted a survey of most of our members at the executive level. And they're all optimistic about this year as well, Steph. They're looking forward to a very strong year again. There are a number of risks around us which we have to manage, principally around Brexit and exchange rates and those issues. But generally speaking, the sector is very buoyant at this stage.
Where's that optimism coming from, do you think?
It's coming from global demand. So we're seeing two areas, really. Manufacturers are seeing global markets opening up now and the demand increasing there. And we're also seeing quite a strong demand from the EU, from European countries, particularly with those companies which are part of integrated supply chains, where they're part of a supply process with their main companies over in Europe. That demand is increasing. So everyone's feeling very positive about those two aspects.
Excellent to hear. And you mentioned there about there are some risks, though. What are their thoughts on the risks?
Well, obviously, principally, we're worried about Brexit and making sure we have a very stable environment for this to continue going forward. That means getting to a transition deal really quickly, making sure conditions for customs and the other parts of the EU are as they are now, really, to make sure it's business as usual. Of course, exchange rate volatility. A business like this will be affected by input costs, by material costs, where they're buying from overseas and the materials are increasing because of where sterling is. But then, of course, benefiting from a lower sterling exchange rate when it's selling overseas. So those things. And lastly, I would mention a new risk that's come up quite strongly has been cyber security. A lot of companies worried about protecting their intellectual property from cyber attack from overseas. So that's really what the survey's been telling us.
I'm listening along with Leslie, who's from the Institute of Exports. Obviously,